Benenoch and Matt the Naked Pizza Man.
Yeah! Great success. You're hired. You know, you're getting a raise.
Oh my God!
Call HR. We're going to give this guy a raise.
I thought it was you and me. There was a bond here.
Yeah, but look, we put in a contract. Now we're going to take it away. But you're getting a raise. Can they do that? Can you have in a contract and then change it with an addendum?
Yeah. So Kyler Murray, his contract extension, signed a big deal, big deal, $250 million. It's pretty amazing, but everybody was in an uproar because the Cardinals put in his contract in an addendum. He had to do independent study, 4 hours of film a week outside of the facility, and prove to them that he's not playing video games and watching TV while he's doing it. So basically, he had to record himself in some way, shape, or form.
Like a Zoom call?
Yeah, or just be like record himself watching film without, just letting it run and play.
Now, why would they put that addendum in place? Like, is it because he doesn't have the mind for the game? He doesn't.
No, so I don't think that's what it is. I do think that they put it in because they felt that he wasn't studying enough.
He doesn't have the discipline?
For whatever reason. I'm not going to go that far. I just feel like they felt like, hey, to get to where we need to get to, you need to do more study. The quarterbacks live in the building. Everyone knows that. The great ones, at least. They study a lot. They do a lot of study outside. Like, that is
like the Peyton Manning.
Yeah, that's common practice. Jameis Winston lived in the film room. Like Patrick Mahomes, all those guys. Right. They live in the film room. So I'm sure that's what they wanted to get across to him, right? But to put that in a contract is crazy to me, right? But again, Kyler bears responsibility because if they didn't think it was a problem, they wouldn't put it in the contract. They wouldn't have brought it up. And if you thought it was disrespectful, you shouldn't have signed it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. So they're both at fault here. They both are because nobody's going to put that in for because it's never been done before.
Right.
Jamarcus Russell didn't have that in his contract.
And
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, I mean, like, they're both at fault, but to put that in the contract and then to go sign it and then go out and be like, oh, this is so ridiculous, and then make it a black thing, it's not a black thing. This is a personal thing. This is a you thing. This is an issue that they had with whatever you were doing. And then on top of that, they get media backlash, and then they say, we're going to take it out. Like, then why'd you put it in the first place? No, if all it took was Twitter to get you to take that out of contract, a $250 million contract, and Twitter made you take it off in a day, 24 hours, like, why would you put it in there? And so it just makes the organization look, not the best, and, like, the whole situation was really messy.
So let me ask, maybe it's a stupid question.
It will be.
Well, no, but I've never had one of those before, so I wanted to get it out.
$250 million contract?
No, well, obviously, I had one of those, but it was taken away.
Me?
No, by him. No, but the question is, like, we only see football players on Sunday usually. I don't know, Monday nights, Yeah. But how much, like, a standard work week is 40 hours. Anything over that's overtime. How many hours?
40 hours is light.
How many hours does a football player, like a pro-level football player, put into their career? I mean, a 7-day week, how many hours a week is?
I could answer it, but he's the player.
So during camp is ridiculous. Camp is 6:30 in the morning to 10 p.m. at night every single day, and you get 1 day off every 7 days. Camp is like it's ridiculous, right? When you get into the season, we're talking about 7 a.m., 7:30 a.m., depending on when your team starts meetings, till about 6 p.m., right? 6:30, and then some people could just make you stay later to do extra stuff. But you go home, pretty much everybody is going to put in an hour and a half of film when they get home because you want to go eat dinner, decompress with your family, but you're going to watch film. Even on your day off, you watch film. So the 4 hours a week is like kind of crazy because I'm putting that in 2 days easily an hour and a half. Before practice, you're going to watch some film. After practice, before I go to my meetings, I'm going to watch the practice film. I'm going to watch the other guys I'm playing. So, like, yeah, it's a lot of time. It's a lot of time that gets put in.
And there's even more time that you're not even thinking about, and you're not even thinking about. The travel.
Yeah.
That's still work time. Being on a plane, being in an airport.
You're watching film on the plane. You're watching film on Tuesdays when you're not in. You watch film and you get ahead. You get ahead to the team you're watching the next day. Monday, on the plane, on the way back from the game, I'm watching the game already. So before I even get there on Monday, I've already watched the game 2, 3, 4 times by myself. And you go in there and watch it with other players, and you watch it with the coaches. And then Monday, after you finish that, you go and turn on with the team you're playing next week to get an early start. And you look at personnel. Okay, I'm playing this guy. I'll talk about O-line. I'm playing this guy. He likes this move. We'll watch how they play. First down, second down, third down. How do they pass rush? So, like, there's so many hours that are put into this. Like, it's a full-time job. and then some.
One of the things that players have told me, and one being Warren Sapp, there was a fight in town, and I invited him to go to the fight, and he was going to go. It was a Friday. The players can't, if they play on Sunday, they have to be, at least they did. I don't know if they still do hotels and stuff on Saturday. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't do anything. So this was a fight on a Friday night, and Warren was going to go. And then at the last minute, he called me, he backed out. And I'm like, why? He said, because if I have a bad game on Sunday, they're going to blame that I went to 2 hours to watch this fight.
Yes.
So they can't, athletes, in any sport really, can't even be normal. Can't even enjoy a couple hours away from their job. If a player doesn't study, I was going to make some kind of reference to you who never studies, for this show or whatever.
Natural talent.
Yeah, well,
Raw natural talent.
non-talent. That's the part that's always blown my mind is that athletes aren't even allowed to enjoy life.
You can't have a life. It's Le'Veon Bell had an issue a couple of years ago. He's raps, that's what his passion likes to do off the field, and he dropped a rap song, and somebody was just like, "Why are you rapping? Go watch some film or something." And he goes, "Dude, so you don't do anything outside of your job? Does Beyonce just sing every day of her life? She can't do anything else but sing and write songs?" We had a game where I'm not going to mention the game, but I played very well. Donovan played very well. The O-line did their thing. We ended up losing a close game. We got a tweet after the game that says if Donovan and Caleb would spend less time worrying about their outfits and more time about the game, we might have won that game. And I'm just like, so I can't even look nice. Now it's like me wearing clothes that I like is a problem, and all of a sudden it's caused us to lose the games. It's just anything. Like, they don't want you to do anything but sit there.
The curse of the hood you wear.
It's crazy to think, because we have lives too. People have kids, they have family, they want to enjoy Halloween, want to go to dinners, want to go to events with our wives and kids and girlfriends and all those things, and it gets out of hand.
So I was told a story, a high school football game in New Jersey. So Dan Mergliotta, who's a referee in the UFC, is in charge of the chain gang.
Not just the referee, but a guy who stopped a fight early this past week against Derek Lewis.
Can I tell the story?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. If you notice, there's 2 UFC heavyweights came out and agreed with that stoppage.
Oh.
And remind me, and I'll explain what they said. So Big Dan Mergliotta is in charge of the chain gang. And, they normally look for a couple people, to be the chain gang. So this guy comes down to Dan Mergliotta and says,